Now for the real deal, New England feel.
I went off the rails. My wife told me I would be ashamed of myself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Corso and Catone.
Welcome into Corso and Catone, the real deal New England feel. I'm Corso. Catone is here. He's battling today.
I'm here.
We'll explain in a minute. But Joe's with us in the booth, and you are watching us on YouTube, listening on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, anyway podcast you're going to get us. And when you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Smash that. What is it? Smash the like button. You know, give us a like. Leave a comment. We're going live right now, so our live comments are open. If you choose to jump on now or later, whatever, leave a comment. We'll play it. And you could also email us in our mailbag, corso.catone@gmail.com. Got a packed, loaded show today in Yankees versus Red Sox. Both of them had their home opening yesterday. And, we're going to talk. The two teams seem to be going in different directions. So we'll talk about that. And, of course, in B's and C's, they inch closer and closer to the playoffs. We'll discuss that. And in Catone's comments, if he's up to it, we're going to hear what he's got to say today. God only knows. He's in a lot of pain, everyone, so bear with him. Please. And in Pat's preview, we're going to start our draft prep. We want to talk a little, give you the update on A.J. Brown. They were the owners' meetings. I want to discuss some of what they talked about there. And hi, guys.
Hey,
guys.
All right,
Saturday.
How you feeling, buddy?
Oh, I'm here. Please, I'm here. That's all I can say. I mean, I haven't slept in 48 hours, but I'm here.
Well, let us know if we need to get the ambulance out to your location at any point in time.
We're hoping the Easter Bunny brings you a new hip, or what's the deal there?
The Easter Bunny. I got a story about the Easter Bunny. Maybe that'll be for Catone's comment.
And for those of you it applies to, happy Easter to all. Happy Easter weekend to everyone out there. Hey guys, have you checked out before we get going? You checked out the Artemis 2? Have you checked out the crew of the Orion and the space? I've been watching it every day.
Have you been watching it?
Fascinated by it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
I watched the launch. How do you watch it online?
Well, you can get on YouTube, and NASA's got their own channel. But man, is it fat? I love it. I guys, gotta expand your,
Maybe we could have the fans send in some money so you could take one of those flights up into the atmosphere.
I don't know how they go into they got it's the first toilet in space. Is this trip? This is the first time they used the toilet.
It's draft prep, and he's got me worrying about Artemis too.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if they go into the bathroom in front of each other. Is there a curtain? I don't know. These are the things I want to know.
Yeah, you would. That would cross your mind.
But they get stage fright up there. I mean, what's happening? Anyway, so good luck to the crew of the Orion and Artemis 2. All right, guys, you ready to talk about a little baseball?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it in Yankees versus Red Sox. Joe.
The story. He struck him out. The ball game ends on a K. The Red Sox fan 13 times. And things are not well, folks. The Red Sox lose their 5th in a row, and they come home 1-5 for the Fenway opener on Friday.
Big blast from that man there, Correa. 3-run shot changed the whole game, but you mentioned another 13. That's 38 strikeouts now in 3 games. Oof, gotta find a way to not strike out half the time. Put no pressure on the defense whatsoever and just sort of move the line a little bit. It's something we just have not seen. Rallies, 3-4 guys getting on base at the same time. The offense got to get going, enjoy the off day. They're going to wake up here at home opener.
Wake up indeed, 1-5.
You obviously don't want to overreact to the first 6 games of the season at the same time. Is it, kind of a...
It's our winning series. Don't look at the whole picture. That's the way you...
No big deal. Nothing to say.
Just win series, right? We got the Padres, we got the Brewers. Win those 2 series at home, and then go on the road and do the same thing.
I'm getting sick.
Right?
I'm getting sick of that.
Of April, win 17 games this month, and, you're going to be okay.
All right, so that was a little starting with the Red Sox, obviously. They won the home opener yesterday. That was prior to the game yesterday. But I played that because, this is Mark, the first casualty Mark is hitting today on this show is going to be Cora. So, Mark, what's the story with this team? Are they worse than we thought they were?
I understand it's the first.
That's how they started last year too.
Yeah, I understand it's the first week of the season, and I get that. But listen, last year he you and I bashed Cora all year. He bails himself out early. Like not early, bails himself out in August and September, and they make that wild card. Listen, anybody can make the wild card. The American League, first of all, is the little sisters of the poor, and you got all these extra teams that make it. If you win 84 games, you're in the hunt until freaking September, for crying out loud. So we'll be all right. But I hate that smug, cocky attitude he has. Why don't you understand how many strikes and balls that the batter has? Did you see the game against Houston? The count's 3-2. The umpire says ball 4, and Cora's sitting there with his entire bench. How is it, Chris? You were an infield.
Well, tell everybody what happened.
So they're playing against the Astros this week, and a batter goes to a 3-2 count on a ball. The umpire, sometimes they get their clicker, they make a mistake. The umpire calls ball 4. How is it your pitcher doesn't know that he's only thrown 3 balls? Your catcher doesn't know it's only 3 balls? Your manager and his entire bench doesn't know that it's a 3-2 count. And Chris, your infield. Nobody in a major league infield knows that there's only 3 balls. It's, time out. There's only 3 balls. There's no 4 balls.
Nobody.
Make the umpire go check with somebody. They would have reviewed it upstairs. They would have found out there were 3 balls. Like, What are you doing? Right, and then, Chris, the same BS from last year. Poor base running, right? Lack of concentration, just bad fielding, errors again. The errors again are showing up. Bad fielding, bad base running, mental mistakes. Like, it's the same garbage every year with this team. But then he bails himself out late. And everybody thinks, oh, Cora, Listen, I was out on Cora, Chris, during the course of last year, and I understand they made the playoffs. I don't know if he's as good of a manager as everyone thinks he is. I think he's got to have a certain type of a team. He ain't winning a World Series with these types of teams. It's just not in him. He just doesn't get that out of them. He doesn't squeeze that out of them. These teams, to me. So now another thing, Roman Anthony, Chris, goes 0 for 4 strikeouts. Okay, it's the 5th game of the year.
Right.
So you're going to put your best player, by far, he's your best player. It's game 6 of the season. You put him on the bench. Yeah. He needs a mental break. Then you pinch hit him in the game, and he hits a bomb. Why is he on the bench?
Clip that. Listen, here's the deal, okay? When you talk about the strikeouts, you talk about Roman. First of all, there's no protection for him.
No.
Now he's leading off. I don't. You know my feelings about him leading off. I don't like him leading off. I don't think he should be in that spot. I like him a little further down.
He used to drive you crazy. They're batting Judge too.
It pisses me. I just don't like it. And maybe call me somebody who just thinks traditionally of the game. But I just don't think that bat should be leading off. And it's due to the fact that that's the only protection he's going to get is leading off. Mark is in that spot. So okay, so you got no protection. We knew right-handed bat is going to be an issue coming in, but you're right, Mark. You can't help but to go to Cora on some of this stuff because they started the same season the same way they started last year and the year before that. Real slow, sloppy. They're not ready to go. The team out of spring not ready to go. I don't know what the hell they're doing every spring training, all spring training, but they're not. They're fundamentally flawed all over the place. And now they don't have the bats. They don't have the talent to overcome that. Listen, this is a team, and here's what I have to say about Cora, okay? Before we get to the Yankees. There's much less to bitch about with them at the moment. But here's what I got to say. You know, like at the end of we get to the trade deadline for baseball, and the Red Sox don't do anything. And Cora gets upset. He pouts. He gets like that. This is the team I've been dealt, that kind of crap. Well, that's happening right now. Because think about it. You can't tell me he doesn't look this lineup and say, I should have Devers, Bregman, and Roman Anthony in this lineup. They should be the best lineup. That should be the best lineup in baseball right now.
No, they got that stiff third baseman.
Yeah. And then they got Contreras on the other side. And listen.
And I know Contreras hit a home run yesterday, opening game day at home. I get it. Contreras launches that ball. I get it. Contreras, Chris, he's not going to give you much.
But the point is, Cora knows the team he has. I mean, this is what he has to say about the strikeouts.
Who you are as a hitter, and I don't think we are this team. We will put the ball in play, but all of a sudden you're not going to go from 28% strikeout rate to 18%. Impossible. If you got that guy,
which is true.
Let me know. If you got that hitting coach, let me know. I'll give him my salary, and I retire. It's not going to happen.
Nice response, though, Chris.
But this is
I know it's true, and I know he's getting at this is what I've got. I can't change what I got. But Jesus Christ, Chris.
Fundamentally, though,
it's game 6 of the season. You're already throwing that out there.
But they're still Major League Baseball players. They can't stop a ground ball. They can't throw the ball on the field. It's like Ringling Brothers out there. So I don't know that this gets better. I can't see it getting better. I mean, who's coming up? There's nobody that can come up. This is what they are.
Yeah. And they were counting, Chris, on pitching and winning. You talked about this last week when we previewed the season, Chris. You said the Red Sox and the Yankees, both of them, you thought, you know what, they were going to win games 3-2, 2-3, 4-3, 2-1. Like you thought it was going to have to be pitching, bullpen, and that's how they were going to win their games this year. Well, so far, the Red Sox aren't getting the pitching, obviously, the starting pitching. And the lineup, I think, is what you predicted it would be, Chris. I know it's only week 7, game 7, I mean. And maybe they go on a run, and they're much better than we think they're going to be. But you predicted it, Chris. Last week, you said, Mark, I just don't see who's producing in the middle of that order. Yeah,
I don't. So we'll see what happens. I had him at 92 wins. I got to lower that. I got to get that to like 88, somewhere in there.
He's already backtracking, Joe.
This team stinks. I can't. Yeah, but fundamentally, they're just flawed. And then when you go to the other side, there's the New York Yankees now.
Deep to left field. There it goes.
See ya.
A long home run for Judge.
They saw it in space.
2-1.
They saw it in space. They saw Aaron Judge's home run in the home opening yesterday. That was Judge. Yeah. So, Mark, talk about the Yankees right now, because right now they're coming in best record in MLB, 6-1, hot start. Not so much for Judge. That was a nice little. But
the only thing I could say about Judge, Chris, he's hitting. I don't know. It might be
125.
130, 140, 125. But at least he's getting a little bit of production, 3 home runs. He's giving you something. I know he struck out.
He was 3 for 24 on the road trip.
Listen, he'll work himself out of that. Is he going to put up the numbers he put up last year? That'd be almost impossible to repeat 2 years in a row what he did last year. That was a historically great season last year. But listen, he'll get his average up into the high 2s, close to maybe hover around 3. He'll get his home runs. He'll end up where he's supposed to be. He's that good of a hitter. But the Yankees, Chris, are getting great starting pitching.
Yeah.
Even with Cole not pitching right now, and I know you're not a fan of Rodon's, but he's supposed to be in the starting lineup, one of your starting 5 pitchers. And they got a couple of real good prospects sitting, waiting in the minor leagues to come up who were lights out in training camp, spring training, and their bullpen, the back end of the bullpen has performed better than we thought they would, Chris. So their formula on how we thought they were going to have to win games, Chris, is actually holding through for the first week of the season, first 6-7 games. But they're doing exactly what you said you and I both said they're going to have to do, Mark, if they want to compete for a spot in the playoffs and beyond this year. It's week 7, but they're doing what we predicted. The Red Sox are not. The Red Sox, they are hitting wise. The Red Sox aren't playing what they need, how they need to play to win games. The Yankees are, Chris. What did you see that first week from the Yankees?
Yeah, I mean, similar. I feel like where Boston was not, it doesn't look prepared coming out of spring. I see a Yankees team that looks more prepared, that just looks ready to play.
That's a good point. That's a good observation.
Versus a Red Sox team that doesn't. Mark, I mean, so you took teams on two ends of the spectrum right now, so we'll see if the Yankees can keep it up.
Chris, what you call it is having already, and we knew he had potential. He had a really good game yesterday. Ben Rice is having a real good year. He's batting like 450 with a few home runs. He's having a good year.
They're hoping for a lot from him.
Well, they're hoping for a lot from him. So far, he's been hot. And your buddy, the Slug, you call him the Slug, whatever you call. I can't tell the people what you really call him. Stanton's been playing well, Chris. I hate to say it. Yeah. It's only game 7,
right?
But
we'll see what kind of injury he comes up with. Yeah. We'll see what kind of injury he comes up with. Mark, let's talk. I want to talk about this just for a minute before we break. But
a slider that is called ball 4. I don't think Adley Rutschman. I think he probably did challenge.
The pitcher is challenging.
Oh, the pitcher is challenging.
Yeah, he put him right to his hat.
Ryan Helsley with the first pitcher challenge. The first challenge by an Orioles pitcher, and Derek Shelton is incensed. He didn't think Helsley got that off in time.
Well, he went right to his hat. Came off the mound and tapped his hat.
Laz Diaz is yelling at Derek Shelton to get back. And the runner, Keyshaw, will be sent back to first. And Derek Shelton's been thrown out. He's arguing with the robots. You can't defeat the robots.
So that was a call in one of the games this week. Okay, tell me quickly, what do you think about this ABS?
The one thing I didn't realize, Chris, is you only have a real short
3 seconds.
Quick. Yeah, it's quick. And if you don't make the decision, it's too late. I was watching the Yankee game the other night, and I think it was Seattle. And the guy for Seattle went to chat, and it was too late. They wouldn't let him challenge it.
So what do you think of it, though? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I don't mind it. It's quick. Do you mind it? I don't mind it. I think you got to be strategic on how you use it. You can't overuse it, right? But I
think once you lose 2 of them, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
But you can keep challenging the more you win.
If you keep winning. So I think if you win a couple or you're strategic about it, I like it. I mean, but you can't start arguing with the robot. If the robot goes to the strike, it's a strike.
You know what I love? I love the moment where the umpire, where those shitheads are sitting behind they take the helmet off, and they're gonna wait, and they're gonna be told they were wrong. They're gonna be like, you're wrong.
Did you see the
wrong.
game the other night, Chris? The Yankees won like 4 or 5 in a row, and Boone was yelling at the ump. What the hell? You can't call a ball and strike.
You can't call balls and strikes anymore.
Boone was getting pissed.
The only problem that I have with it is they got to clean it up in the next coming years or whatever, because the way they set it up, what they do is they measure every single person's, every Major League Baseball player's height, but they do it standing straight up and barefoot.
That's no good.
And now they're in a crouch position with cleats on in a batter's box. That's going to change. That it's not knees to letters to knees. It's gonna change now.
Yeah, they all should have gotten into a batter's box.
So are the umpires really wrong? I mean, because of the way they're measuring it. So we got to pay attention to it.
That's a good point, Chris.
So we'll see what happens. But no, I like it. I mean, I don't think it's not taking too much time away from the game.
Listen, if you're in the 8th inning of a big game and you got men on base and they call you out on the 3rd strike and it's a ball and you got a challenge left, challenge it. That could, and it gives a guy like Judge an extra pitch. That could change a game, or a guy like Ohtani an extra pitch to see. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but we'll pay attention to it all season long. It's a long season. But Yankees versus Red Sox was presented by Corso Law Group, corsolawgroup.com. We come back, want to talk Bruins, Celtics, B's and C's is next. No flipping.
No one ever thinks they will be in need of a criminal or traffic lawyer, but things happen. Corso Law Group is Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm. Their 20-plus years experience and attention to detail has helped thousands of people who found themselves in a situation in Arizona. Whether it's a traffic ticket or more serious issue, talk with these expert attorneys. CorsoLawGroup.com.
Back in with more Corso and Catone, the real deal New England feel. All right, getting closer and closer to the playoffs. B's and C's, Joe.
Hit it! Across the Celtics are the world champions, and they have shown the world how great a ball club they really are. Screen shot.
Speak to the character of the organization, to the coaching staff, front office, to the players, the standard, the culture that we built, since I've been here. You don't take it for granted, but, it's just how we approach every single day.
Coming from the expectations we had from the beginning of the year to now, it's night and day. But I feel like we're still hungry. We're still looking for the same thing that we've been doing. And 16 wins is amazing.
I think of myself as a winner. I think of this organization as winners, and I just don't think we ever live in the mindset of a loser mentality. So it's just not something we come to work every day thinking that, oh, it's a gap year or anything. We're coming to win, and that's the only mindset we have.
Okay, so that what we heard for some of the players: Cada, Pritchard, Brown, Tatum.
Yep.
I want about this gap year thing. Okay. All right. First of all, what a load of shit.
Joe,
okay?
Here we go, Joe. Joe.
Here it comes.
What? Shit. No, it doesn't, Mike.
It's a four-letter word.
It is. This is the rhetoric. This is the nonsense the Celtics put out there. They're all sitting there right now. So, first of all, they're celebrating 50 wins. Okay? Congratulations. Fantastic. I think it's pretty cool. 12, the NBA record, 12 in a row, making the playoffs. 12 seasons in a row. That's an NBA best and all that. Great. But sitting there now acting like this, wearing this badge, Mark, of it was supposed to be a gap year. We won 50 games. Here we are. Nobody believed in us. We only believed in ourselves and all this crap. Okay? As if we're all out there been saying all this stuff. Now, you and I had the under, was 41.5 was the over under for the wins. You and I had them under that. So fine. We thought it was going to be a crappy year. We were wrong.
Yeah.
But the team themselves talked about that. You had Brad Stevens coming out, using words like a retooling. Stuff like that's you, man. You guys are putting that crap out there, not us. And now you start talking about the nobody believed in us nonsense. What do you make of that? I hate that, man.
Yeah, no, that's a bunch of BS. Listen, did Missoula maybe use that as a motivating factor?
And that wasn't even so much Missoula. It was more so like Stevens and the ownership.
No, I get that, but that probably trickled down. No, it was, but I think that probably trickled down to Missoula. And the players, and no one expects anything. There's supposed to be a gap year for us, and I think that kind of fueled the team without Tatum and Brown and Brown and what he's done all year. No professional team should go into a season thinking, oh, this is a gap year, and we don't have any expectations on ourselves. That's ridiculous. As a professional athlete, you should have expectations on yourself every year. The goal is, as Rabel said last week at the owners' meeting, the goal is to win championships, right? Win the division, get home games in the playoffs, and win championships. And that should be the Celtics' goal. Doesn't matter what, you retooled. Well, no, you reset salary, and the goal should be the same. The goal every year is you want to win an NBA championship. And if it's not, then you don't have the right goddamn guys or the right mindset to do that.
Right. So that just rubbed me. I'm so sick of listening to Grandy on the radio call talking about in a gap year every 2 seconds. And it's the team that's putting it out there. All right. So now looking at the team where we are going in about 7 games or so left.
What do we got? 6, 7 left, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 6 maybe.
They blew out Milwaukee.
I mean, just annihilated them last night. And now
I got a question for you at the end of this segment about that.
Yeah. So now they're probably going to settle in that number 2 spot. But more importantly, how they've settled into what they are and who they're becoming as far as we were worried when Tatum came back. Was he going to be walking the ball up the court? Were they going to the pickup points are going to be too high at half court? It's fall away jumpers for him, fall away 3-pointers, not playing inside the 3-point line, not playing in the paint. Well, that doesn't seem to have happened. And the way these two guys have been handling each other, this is some of the stuff they've been saying.
Almost had 20 boards tonight, which is exceptional. So JT's been building up, and that's exactly according to plan, like what we imagined. So heading into the playoffs, like a strong Jason Tatum, physical, and him being who he is going to help us be a better team. I thought it was special. Obviously somebody that's always been capable, but was just in opportunity where they more was required from everybody, but obviously especially him. I think a lot of times the NBA is about opportunity, and guys really make the most out of the special ones, and that's exactly what he's been able to do this year.
Okay, so that's Tatum and Brown talking about each other, basically. All right, Mark.
It's a big love fest.
It is.
It's like a 1970s Ron Jeremy movie.
Don't
Google what that was either. Fans, don't Google it. Don't Google it at all.
The real deal New England feel.
There we go. Real deal New England feel. Don't Google it, please.
All right. So what do you think? I mean, what do you think of this this team going into the playoffs now? I mean, are they playing the right way? The leadership seems to be settled in. It's Brown. It's,
Well, Chris, I think your fear didn't happen when Tatum came back. Your fear offensively was they were going to fall back into those old walking the ball up the court habits, and Tatum taking those, step back jumpers and threes, and that hasn't happened. So if they don't fall into that trap in the playoffs, if they're playing the Knicks and you're in 2 or 3 close games, because we know the playoffs are different, do they fall back into that give the ball to JT, and do they fall back into that trap, Chris, or do they continue to do? If they continue to do what we've seen all year, and you like what this offense better, I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not afraid of the East the more I'm looking at it, Chris.
Well, I want to ask you that in a second, but yeah, I mean, the relying on the reliance on the 3-point, seeing 50 in a game. I mean, the 3-point shots are down. Just the way they're playing. I mean, they're still putting them up, but they're a lot of open. They're more so drive, kick, screen, set, and letting point guards handle the ball. Let them take it up the court. Let them facilitate. Let Pritchard, let White facilitate. Even Brown somewhat, because Brown's playing out of his mind right now. And so. Yes. They're allowing that pressure, that pressure offense that I really love, where it's not slowed and not getting into your, first action and at the half court line. So, and Tatum is, and I think it's happening because Tatum can't do anything else physically than that right now. I think he's digging down and it's still not all 100% there. And so just by that issue, you're forced to be playing this type of offense, and now they're seeing it. So, yeah, I mean, so who bothers you in the East?
I guess, Chris, if Detroit's healthy and the kid's playing, the kid that's been out, Cunningham, I guess we've struggled against them a bit. I still go back, and I know they're a dumpster fire, and I know you're not worried about them. I still go back to the Knicks. Just because of what they did to us last year in the playoffs. I still go back to, if you get into a 7-game series with that team, that's the team, Chris, that I'm a little nervous about, is the Knicks.
I'd be more nervous about the Knicks if they were playing the same style of offense they were playing last year.
Well, yeah, they're not playing. They got a different coach, so they're not playing that style.
No. I'm talking about us.
Us. But the Knicks have a different coach too.
Yeah, no, they do too. But I'm saying, like, if we were playing a similar style offense,
you'd be more concerned.
I'd be more concerned. But the way we're driving, the way we're playing in the paint, the way we're playing off each other, and those side screens and what we just described. The only thing that Detroit bothers me, Jalen Duren, is it Duran? Yeah. The big man. Listen. That could pose a problem. That guy's playing great right now.
He is.
So
And if Cunningham's in the lineup, Chris, they're a tough team.
they are. And so I wonder, to me, a key is in a series like that, a key to me is going to be somebody like Cada. How are our bigs going to be? Because Cada's played fantastic this season.
He's had a great year. He's far exceeded expectations. Far exceeded.
I'm not. I think they were hoping Vucevic would give them what some of that outside shooting from a big man that Porzingis gave you at one time.
Yep.
He's been hurt, so we don't know what he's going to provide when playoff time comes. But I think that's what's going to determine a series like that. But otherwise, man, this is a team that should come out of the East at this point. I don't see any reason. I think it's an epic fail. I think it's a failure if they don't. In my opinion, now what happens in the finals is who knows. But
So it went from a gap year to
it's a failure if they don't make it.
Failure if they don't. That's a big jump, right? Big jump.
Intelligence allows for a change, right? I mean, where you are coming into the season and where you are today, things have happened.
I have a quick question for you, and I know
Sure.
we're against it, but so the Milwaukee game, Giannis didn't play.
Oh yeah, nobody did.
But he's pissed off.
Yep.
He's saying I'm ready to play. It's not, that's them, not me. He goes on and on. He made some comments at the end of that game last night.
I asked you, he's full of shit.
All right, but I asked you this question. At the end of the season, you and I have talked about, can you come back with both Tatum and Brown? And I'm not going to bring that up again. We've discussed it on previous shows. Would Giannis be a guy you would get rid of one of those guys for? Brown for Giannis or Tatum for Giannis.
Falsetto.
Okay. All
because it's worse. There's a guy who's going to want the ball even more.
Okay. All right. Just throwing it out there because he is a superstar, right? So I'm throwing it out there.
The ultimate ball hog.
Okay.
I'm not a Giannis guy. I'm done with Giannis. I don't.
Okay.
No.
I just want to throw it out there. Why it's fresh in our minds because I'd forget to ask you.
No, don't want it. So listen, they're coming in hot. They're the hottest team in basketball coming into the playoffs. So let's see if they can keep it. And on the other side,
So bottom of the third here, and Victor Arvidsson has a chance to win it with a goal. Arvidsson, the righty, will start in from the right side to the dot. Coming between the circles, goes the backhand and scores! Bruins win it in a shootout!
They heard that in space.
Victor Arvidsson puts it away!
Confident move by Arvidsson to finish this thing off, and what a comeback.
Can you believe it? Bruins come from 3 down in the third period, score with the goaltender pulled to tie it with 11 seconds to go, and win it in a shootout. 4-3 the final here in Columbus.
So that was the Bruins call earlier in the week at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Big game. They've since lost. They then follow it up with a loss to Florida at a team they should beat. So, Mark,
but Chris,
looking at this team,
they're sitting in position. They're going to make the play. They should make the play.
Well, I mean, they're 4 to 6 points up in the wild card spot. Yeah. I don't think they're going to catch Montreal, but
no, they're not. But they would have to collapse to not make it.
So why is this team quickly having trouble with the easy team? Like, in other words, this is not a good enough team to let down in any game. But they're playing against, they're coming against Florida, for example, who's playing a bunch of AHL guys. Bennett's still out there, Kachuk is still out there. I get it, but then they'll go and play against the teams that they need to beat. The Buffaloes and the Columbus, and they're beating those teams.
Yeah.
What the hell? I don't.
Yeah, Chris. It's just I think it's inconsistency because I think that's what teams that aren't very good do.
Yeah.
They're not that good of a team, Chris. So yeah, you're right. Maybe you lose concentration. Maybe there's a lack of concentration in those other games. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, Chris. But I will say this:
can they win a series?
No.
Yeah.
Well, and I only say that because they're going to open up with one of the top teams.
Yeah.
And I know
they're not
you
beating
said
Tampa.
And I know you said we're beating those teams, but you're beating them one game. Now you're going to win 3-4 games. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen, Chris. Because hockey opening series is 7 games, right? It's not 5 anymore.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't beating any of those teams 4 games, Chris. I I would be. Listen, if they get by the opening round, you and I would say the season is a success.
Oh, I thought he was going to give us something like he's going to eat his hat. I'll do something.
Right?
Listen, I can't move. I can't move. Eat my hat. I can't. I feel like the guy across the street from me, the poor guy. Listen,
So, well, you keep pushing him down. That's what happens.
Listen, Chris, can they win a round though if Swayman stands on his head?
Yeah, they can. They can. But the margin. I mean, they have to play. They have to play great hockey. The thing that's going to hurt them is their power play sucks.
Oh, it's
and
terrible.
The power kill is worse.
Yeah.
So, in their special teams are going to hurt them in the playoffs. So, if they could stay out of the penalty box, they may be okay. They may be able to win a series. Maybe. But yeah, Swayman's going to have to play on his head. And then even in that Florida game, first goal, it wasn't so great. But after that, he was lights out. He was very good, So we'll see what happens. Both teams will be paying attention to that all the way down the stretch. Let us know what you think in the comments. But D's and C's was presented by Corso Law Group, Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm, CorsoLawGroup.com. Allow us to be your voice. All right, get your hips, get your back, get everything ready to go. Catone's comments is next.
No one ever thinks they'll be in need of a criminal or traffic lawyer, but things happen. Whether it's a traffic ticket or more serious issue, go to CorsoLawGroup.com and talk with these expert attorneys.
Time for Catone's comments.
Okay, so today, because it's for some people who do celebrate this time of the year. I know we all don't celebrate Easter, but because for me, and I know for Joe and Chris, yes, it is technically, it's Easter. So I'm going to give you a smorgasbord of topics today, just like if you were going to an Easter buffet somewhere where you were, that's what I'm going to give you today. All right. So yesterday, I'm watching the Red Sox game. And we've already gone through Red Sox versus Yankees, and we went through the Red Sox, their struggles. We went through that already. Okay. So a guy gets a hit. I don't know if it was Rafaela, maybe. I don't know. Gets a hit. Might have driven a run. You're batting 130. You're batting 130. Listen, let me repeat that. You're batting 130. And for those of you that are listening to us on, a podcast, whether it's Apple Podcast or Spotify, you're going to have to come on our YouTube channel and watch what I'm doing. And they're at second base, and they're going like this, and they're making their dance. And I thought I was watching Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta, for Christ's sakes. Yes, I'm showing my age. I don't know. Oh, I just hurt my hip. What the hell are you doing, Mark? Jesus Christ. Right? So, what? You're batting 130. What the hell did you just do? You got a goddamn hit to center field that you should get. You're a Major League Baseball player. What has baseball become? You watch these guys, they're doing it every game. It's not just the Red Sox, it's everybody. All these teams, these guys get hits, and they're doing all these antics on first base, second base, whatever they do. You're a Major League Baseball player. You're proud of yourself because you got a goddamn hit in the third inning of a game? Isn't that what you've been doing since you were in Little League? You were 11 years old? You're taught to hit a baseball, move runners over, and drive in runs. When did that become a celebration? This is what baseball's become. This is what sports has become. This has now become a celebration because you got a single? By the way, you're batting 130? Really? What the hell? This is something that's been on my mind now for a couple of seasons. That World Baseball Classic, all these teams, guys, they're all out there making big, they're dancing on the bases. What? Guys, you're going to hit. It's Major League Baseball. It's World Baseball Classic, whatever the hell it was.
Rusts.
Huh? Yes.
Rusts and stuff.
What? Chris, it's appalling. It's absolutely appalling what you witnessed. These guys did something. You didn't just drive in the winning run of the Game 7 of the World Series or the go-ahead run in Game 7 of the ALCS. You're up 1. You're on second base. You got a shot to win the thing. It's Game 7. You're 2-4, or 1-4, or 1-5, whatever the hell you are, and you got a hit. And you're out there like you just drove in the winning run of a championship series. Like, what the hell is going on with baseball? You wonder why baseball is in the condition it's in. I've never seen anything like that. That drives me. When I saw that yesterday, I said, I got to bring this up because this is driving me out of my mind that these guys are dancing. And I said, Cara Raffaella, and listen, unfortunately, I am taking it out on him because he's the one who I saw. I was surfing around the channels in between the commercial of the Yankee game. But the Yankees do it too. Like Chris said, pelvic thrust, they're all doing it. I don't understand it. I mean, are you kidding me? Really? You're going to do that for 162 goddamn games? Oh, my God. Here we go, Joe. Joe, this is...
Oh, my
God.
Oh,
my God, Joe.
The pelvic thrust. Show him.
You have Marcelo Meyer, right? Gets on the thing. He's doing this. He's doing this. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Chris, what is it? What is that about? Listen, the people listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, you have to go on YouTube. Chris is he's gonna be in traction. His back, he's done. He's thrusting and everything else. His wife gotta lock him up in a closet somewhere.
They're making motions like, all these things and arms and things and doing all this dancing,
I was
when
going
they
to
did a little dribbler.
I was going to give you a smorgasbord of things, but you know what? This took longer than I thought because I'm so pissed off about it. And then you wanted to be Danny Terrio. Listen, I'm going to show my. You remember
Danny Terrio?
Danny Terrio on Solid Gold dances on Saturday nights at 7:00 was called Solid Gold. Danny Terrio used to come out with the Solid Gold dances. That's crazy. Danny Terrio.
That was my favorite show on Saturday night.
That's because you used to like to watch the
Was
dance.
the Solid Gold dances.
Yeah. Right?
Fantastic.
Listen.
Andy Gibb, Marilyn McHugh.
Oh, he remembers Marilyn McHugh.
Solid Gold.
Oh, my God. And listen, just for all the fans out there, I told you last week.
Falsetto.
Yeah, I'll give you falsetto. I predicted it. I said I was going to get him even. I said, go get even. Michigan by 30. I said, go get even tomorrow. It was Saturday live on Saturday show last week. Michigan was playing Sunday. I cost them Iowa State. I said, go get even. Michigan by 30. Easy game. Everybody thought I was crazy. Michigan wins by over 30. Yeah. Yes.
Fantastic. He did. I made a ton of money on that. Thanks.
He texted me. He texted me night, Joe, and he said, "Okay, I did it. I'm going to try to get even. I just did it." I said, "Okay, let's see." And then Sunday, of course, he got even, thankfully, and I was glad he got even. I felt bad because he had no intention of betting Iowa State, but then once he did, he cursed us. The kid got hurt in the opening 10 minutes of the game, their best player, but. At least he got even, Joe. So, because I would have heard that for the rest of the season until next year, Joe. About this, So at least now I got him even. So we're, you know what I mean.
There it is. There it is. See that? So
there it is.
Listen, Mark. No, I'm with you.
Doesn't drive you crazy, Chris, with these baseball players.
It does. It's like, come on.
I mean, we're joking about it, but what the hell are you? What is going on?
Act like you did it before,
Yes.
Horse's ass. You hit a little dribbler through the middle, and all of a sudden now, like it's game 7, bottom of the ninth.
It's ridiculous.
Walk off, with the little water bottle. Pouring water on each other. Yay! Woohoo! All right, good stuff, Mark.
The game has changed. Imagine Billy Martin
out
there, right? This game has changed.
Yeah, well, you know what it is too, Mark. I mean, they're getting hits now. I mean, because with launch points and lift and all this other stuff. Hey, when they get a hit, when they get a dribbler through, it's like that's a major win. A level swing. What the hell is that? What's a level swing, Mark?
You used to just go in there and hit the goddamn baseball. I mean, what the hell? Right?
So good stuff, Mark. I'm glad. And the back held up for it. Nice job. Catone's comments.
Back held up.
Was presented by Corso Law Group.
My son played Babe Ruth in North Providence, right? When he was playing in the Babe Ruth League in North Providence behind the high school, they still use that field for Babe. One of the guys came up to me, and he knows I'm friendly with Chris, and he says, "Do you know your friend Chris still has the longest ball ever hit out of this field? Right? You hit some bomb. I don't think anyone's ever hit it that far, Chris, out of that stadium still.
That's an indictment on the town, man.
It is, but I guess it was a bomb, the center field,
I'm like
right?
600 years old now.
No, I know.
Seriously. People can't
Yeah,
even imagine you swinging a bat now after that Danny Terrio mishap.
Keep it up. Keep it up. You know what? Yeah, it would have been upper deck of the old Yankee Stadium.
Right? It was I guess it was Joe, they said it was a bomb he hit.
That was 15.
Yeah.
That was a bomb. It was like, it would have been like 480. It was like friggin', it was over the everything.
Over the trees and stuff. I played in that same field.
You
And,
played
and
there, Joe, right?
knowing
Hey, by the way, it was
it is and was in playing center field. It's a pretty long ball.
What was really cool about it was a grand slam to win the championship.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
on top of
that's
it.
cool.
It was a grand slam to win the bottom. We played 7 innings then. Bottom.
So
of
you
7.
were allowed to dance after that, Chris, if you chose to.
I got a tag. There was a mob of people at the home plate. Parents, coaches.
Right?
You know, I rounded third. It was like, I know, I was floating around the bases, you know?
So he never scored. He actually never touched the
I don't know if I
Home plate.
I don't ever appeal it, you know? It was a curveball too, actually. Just sat on it and crushed it. It was fun. Anyway, but yeah, indictment. Come on, North Providence, get your shit together. Somebody's got to hit a ball farther than that. My God, I'm almost in the box. You're over, you know. Somebody's going to take the reins on that one. My God. Anyway, good stuff. Catone's Comments was presented by Corso Law Group, CorsoLawGroup.com. We come back, going to go patch preview, talk a little bit of owner meetings, talk a little tight end, and we're going to talk a little linebacker. Stick around.
No one ever thinks they will be in need of a criminal or traffic lawyer, but things happen. Corso Law Group is Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm. Their 20-plus years experience and attention to detail has helped thousands of people who found themselves in a situation in Arizona. Whether it's a traffic ticket or more serious issue, talk with these expert attorneys. CorsoLawGroup.com.
Back in with more Corso and Catone, the real deal New England feel. Get a nice comment in from Riven Network. Mark, giving you some love. I'm telling everybody, hey, Mark's playing hurt. Give him some shit, you know? And he's like,
I am.
they're saying leading by example, true New England style, right? Finger red -- 1. Yes, it is.
There we
Riven
go.
Network. Check out that network, by the way. Joe, explain. They chat in a lot.
That is the Riven Network. Yeah, the Rhode Island Veterans Information Network. They have a couple of shows on YouTube as well. Some pretty cool stuff. They actually had done an honor flight, which is a nice video to watch on there, which this group does every year. Actually, several times a year, they take veterans to Washington, D.C. to see some monuments and stuff. So there's quite a few nice shows on there. And they actually also have another program that's on public access channel, basically interviewing, anything and everything about veterans, which is cool. So,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
So check that out, Riven Network. Check them out. So, okay, we want to talk a little football. We're going to do it in Pat's preview whenever Joe's ready.
Pat's preview. The team way overachieved what any of us thought would happen. We have a pretty tough, I think the hardest schedule and a lot of West Coast travel. My objective every year is we make the playoffs.
Championships will remain the goal. It will never change. I appreciate Robert's support, but we want to win the division, we want to host playoff games, and we want to compete for championships. And so we got a taste of that. We saw what that looked like. We saw the environment that it created to be able to play those playoff games at home, which was unbelievable.
So, of course, was Bob Kraft and Mike Vrabel at the owners' meetings. And so, Mark, I wanted to play that a little.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of sound bites came out of that week, this past week. But those meetings were here in Phoenix. Why is Kraft downplaying it? Why is he kind of,
Well, because we have a more difficult schedule, right? So right there, he's tempering expectations because you do have a different schedule.
But normally he's the other way. He's,
He is, but I think now, Chris, he's like, well, we made it to the Super Bowl last year, so now if we go 9-8, I'm okay. I get maybe we get a pass this year because we're way ahead of schedule, right? And that also prevents him from having to spend more money than he wants to because he's ahead of schedule, which it always comes down to money with him. We know that, right?
Yeah.
So my thing, Chris, is so when you really look at this roster,
yeah,
they still got a lot of holes.
Oh yeah,
and maybe maybe Elliot Wolf said to him, Bob, the schedule we got next year and the holes we got, don't expect to duplicate what we did because the little weasel, which you call him the weasel, Wolf. I'm sure he's telling him temper your expectations, Bob, because you ain't doing that again with this roster, not with that schedule we got coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just, it struck me a little bit,
It was odd.
Schedule, and then, Vrabel's trying to clean that up. And I'm thinking, well, okay, is this maybe Kraft? This is a message to the people, to the fans, and Vrabel's this is a message to my locker room.
Oh, of course.
This is what we're here to do. I appreciate I appreciate the owner giving us an easy landing, an easy runway, to land this ship next year. Everything's about landing and moon and I'm all about it. I'm all about the Orion team on the Orion and the Artemis 2. I'm all about it right now. As soon as this show's over, I'm putting it back on. I have it on the TV all day long. So fast. I don't know. You guys how are you not fascinated?
As soon as this show's over, I'm going into traction. You're going to go watch Artemis.
I'm going to the moon.
Sending Mark an ambulance. This guy's going to the moon.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by it. We're going to go around the moon. We're going to go further. We're going to see a piece of the moon, a portion of the moon that no one's ever seen before. The dark side of the moon. Imagine.
What do you think's going to be over there?
I don't know. I think they're going to go around, and all of a sudden they're going to see
some guy in his shorts.
Aliens,
get off my lawn.
big ships and stuff sitting out there. What do you think? I'm waiting for something. Probably nothing. You guys are not interested. I'm telling you.
Well, the rest of it is no. I'm totally interested because the rest of it, the fact I'm like, what are we going to do just to swing around the moon for? Like, what is the purpose? But the rest of the purpose of going further and potentially
putting
a
a station
over there. Yeah. That's the thing.
They're going to send Mark. Mark's going to go live on the moon. We're sending you to the moon, Mark. So
Setting up a 7-Eleven up there.
The back will feel better on. All right, let's get back. I'm sorry, I strayed. Okay. So yeah, listen. I think Vrabel's got the idea in mind as to what they want. But you're right, Mark. There's a lot of holes on this team. There's tight end. They got edge. They got linebacker. Safety. They seem to have solved. But it's high end holes. The wide receiver spot. Speaking of which, the other thing to come out of this week was more A.J. Brown talk. And this is what the owner of the Eagles had to say, Jeffrey Lurie.
We kept saying AJ's an Eagle, and he's definitely. I just will say this: Devontae and AJ, two great receivers and also great teammates. I just want to say that these two are wonderful to have. He's an Eagle. We'll see what happens down the road, but so is Devontae. So is Jalen Hurts, so is Saquon. They're all really great competitors and luckily great teammates, and they just want to win big.
This guy's gone. He's gone. He's not on that team anymore. Like when you have an owner that's asked a question about a specific guy, Mark, and he just starts talking about the other dudes too.
So it's going to be interesting to see, Chris, where he ends up. Like what? And now they're saying that the Patriots are only going to offer a second round pick.
Right.
Which, listen, if you get him for a second round pick, you and I have talked about this. We're okay with that. But another thing that came up this week, Michael Felger brought up. Okay, you're going to spend $29 million for him. He's on the books for this year. You're going to extend Gonzalez. You got Bondmore. You got Owenu. Like there's some real money on the books. He don't think it's possible that they bring in A.J. Brown and extend Gonzalez. He don't think that's possible. That won't happen.
Is it possible for them to keep Owenu
and he's got the
Ballmore at their current numbers and add Brown and add Gonzalez money-wise?
No.
Bedard
it would be
quickly says
unprecedented
no.
for the Patriots to do that, for the Crafts to okay that. And my impression from being in Phoenix and around the team was that they know they're pretty much up against the budget right now. Now, I don't know if said budget also includes another big ticket item like an A.J. Brown, like a Christian Gonzalez. I'm not sure about that. But let me propose this to you guys, because I think everybody's sort of working off the same timeline. What if the next 3 off seasons, as far as big moves, what if it's mapped out as A.J. Brown this year, Christian Gonzalez next year, Drake May the year after? Because the Patriots don't like to do things early unless they get a really significant discount, like on the Gronkowski contract extension. And remember, with both Gonzalez and May, the Patriots have not only the 5th-year option, but they have the franchise tag. So I think a more likely timeline is A.J. Brown if they can swing it. If not, then Christian Gonzalez moves up. But Brown, Gonzalez, then May the next 3 years.
Okay, that was Greg Bedard of the Boston
So that's
Sports News.
doable, Chris. That scenario. Why can't
Yeah,
they
but
do
are the
that?
players going to be okay with that, Mark? Look, look. Christian Gonzalez is going to want to get paid after year 3.
I don't know if Gonzalez will be okay with that. I think if you sat Drake May down and said, "Listen, we're going to pay you X number of dollars. We just got
after year 4.
Yeah, we just got to wait because we're trying to put guys around you to win a Super Bowl."
Even though every other quarterback is got a deal
I
after
think
year
Allen.
4.
No, yeah, Allen. They've all gotten that. I was going to say that. Yes,
After year
Allen.
3,
Those guys. No, Allen. I think it was year 4. Wasn't
No,
it
it was all year 3. It was coming into
I
the
thought
year
year
4
3
season.
was only Mahomes.
No, it was Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. They got him coming into year 4.
All right, so that's a problem. That's a problem, Chris.
Now, this is where one of those moments where having had connected or kept the ties with Brady in a way, to have him to be able to come to New England to say something to, let's say, a Drake May or a Gonzalez about that issue of being able to work around and work with the money to be able to play, to create a team that's a Super Bowl winning dynasty team again, like the mindset. If that wasn't, you know what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to do what Tom Brady did. No one's going to. No one's going to take a beating like Tom Brady did. It don't matter who's telling them that. This kid's going to want. They're going to want their money. The period. Yeah. And I listen. I'm for trading Gonzalez anyway, Mark. So
I've come around on that too, Chris. I agree with you.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's an interesting situation to monitor and pay attention to. But I agree with you on the A.J. Brown thing. It's probably only going to take a 2nd-round pick now to get him after June 1st. But we'll pay attention to when Gonzalez gets paid. Mark, don't forget this real quick. Could an argument be made that Gonzalez doesn't want to get paid yet until the dude in – I mean, the Crafts don't want to pay at the top of the market. But if they paid him right now, he'd be at the top of the market for a couple of months until the guy in Seattle signs.
Yes. So you think Gonzalez doesn't mind waiting because he wants to see what Witherspoon gets?
Right.
Yeah, that could be. That could very well be.
So we'll see what happens.
Either way, Chris, if you're going to keep him, you have to realize you're paying top of the market. If you're going to keep him in May, you're paying top of the market. So.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Now let's get to the draft. Let's talk a couple of positions, Mark.
Well, I don't think you should ever draft for need. It's not a position that you ever want to be in. Best player available, hopefully. Maybe we trade up. Maybe we trade out. I don't know. But, I love being able to work with Elliot and Ryan, their staff, coaching, and try to bring that together. I'm trying to bring a coach's perspective on a player.
How the hell is Elliot?
The personnel side together to bring the best person in there for our football team.
That was Mike Vrabel. Yeah, Elliot Wolf is because he's the eyes, ears, mouthpiece of the owner. That's why.
Oh my God.
Talk about tight end, Mark.
So, Chris, listen, tight end, you're not listen.
A sneaky important need for this team.
It is a very sneaky, but you're not getting Sadiq. Obviously, you're not getting him from Oregon. He'll be gone, right? You're not getting him, and then everyone keeps talking about this other kid from Vanderbilt, the kid Eli Stowers. He's a pass catching weapon, but he's not a
two guy.
Yeah, and he's not a Mike Vrabel type of tight end, I don't think, Chris, either.
Yeah.
I listen, if you're looking for a day 2 guy, day 3 guy, right? The guy that I think you're looking at is this kid, and they had him in for a pre-draft visit. I think you're looking at this kid from Notre Dame, Eli Reardon. Reardon, Chris, fits a lot of what New England wants to do. He can block. If you watch tape on him, you see a tight end who can contribute right away in specific packages while developing it into something that'll be on the field all the time. I like him. He's 6'6", 245, 250.
Yeah.
He fits the profile.
Yeah, 32 catches for 482 yards last season.
In an offense that doesn't really use
tore his ACL twice.
Yes. So with that said, Chris, I think you could get him, he'll drop a little bit. So you'll probably get him at a better value than you would have.
Early day 3, I'm thinking for that
Early
guy.
day 3. The other kid I'm looking at, Chris, who another offense that didn't really utilize tight end is this kid Josh Cuevas from Alabama. So he's a polished route runner who knows how to uncover in zone coverage and settle into soft spots. Gee, where do we struggle?
Yeah.
Right? Yep. He's a little bit smaller than the kid from Notre Dame, but he's another guy, Chris, who I think is a day 3 guy. Early
What's the
day
name
3.
Again?
Josh Cuevas from Alabama. I think he fits what you're looking to do. And then you look at the kid. If you're looking at just a pass catching tight end, and you want to look at the kid from Georgia, but I don't think he fits.
Talking about Delp?
Delp, he struggles in the blocking game a little bit, Chris. And I think, I don't know if that's the type of player that Vrabel wants out of that position. Maybe he does. I guess if you get yourself a tight end that does other stuff for you, he's got elite straight line speed, Chris. He can catch the ball. Struggles sometimes getting off coverage when he's banged off the ball, but he struggles in the run game a bit.
Yeah.
His production, Chris, never matched his athletic tools at Georgia. I don't know if that was coaching. I don't know if it's something with this kid. But like I said, physical corners and safeties who jammed him, sometimes he had trouble getting off the line against those guys. So I don't want a tight end like that necessarily. But if he drops to day 3, I think you're looking at taking a tight end, Chris, in day 3 in this draft.
So you don't like Roush from Stanford?
I do, but I think he may go a little earlier than where they want to take a tight end, Chris.
Yeah.
Like, you think he'll last until day 3?
Maybe. I mean, but he fits to this category. I mean, he's able to work, he worked out to the combo, 6'6", 267, right? He ran a 4.7, which, but he's more of a throwback tight end.
I like him. I just don't know.
He lined up on the line about 65% of the time. He's a better blocker than Delp. If they're looking for that.
Positively, he's a better passer.
But you think guys like Clary from Ohio State too soon? They're just not going to be in a position to draft them.
Chris, I had this kid Roush as like a 4th round pick.
Yeah,
I don't know. The guy from Ohio State, Chris, his tape is inconsistent. Like, you look at him and you say, "Wow, this kid can block. He's a good blocker. He's a good route runner." And then there's games where he just got destroyed by linebackers. And
some games though he looked like he could run routes at all 3 levels.
Yes, so it's an interesting tight end.
But
group.
The blocking is a work in progress.
It's a work in progress for him. But I think, Chris, if the Patriots are going to take a tight end, I don't think they're going to take one in the 3rd round. I think it's going to be like you say, early day 3. So I think when we evaluate the tight ends, who is a good early day 3 tight end? I'm going to tell you, Chris, I go back to the kid from Notre Dame. I go back to this kid from Alabama, who I think has a lot of potential to be a good pro. And the kid from Ohio State, I like him too. But those 2 guys, Chris, on day 3 stand out to me as tight ends that I think would be on the board.
Okay, so we didn't get the linebackers. We will get to it in the next couple of
We
weeks.
got plenty of time.
I'll fit in my assessment of the linebacker spot.
We need
It's
that
something we want.
desperately, Chris.
Oh, we do. So, but Corso and Catone was presented by Corso Law Group, CorsoLawGroup.com. Hey, come back next week, noon Eastern. We're going to have more Celtics Bruins as we inch closer to the playoffs. Draft preview. We'll go to some of those linebackers. We'll talk about O-line, D-line, edge a little bit. Catone's comments, anything you bring to the table, we will be ready. We are Corso and Catone, the real deal New England feel. See you next Saturday. Hey, feel better, Mark, huh?
Yeah, I need to.
Happy Easter.
Now find Corso and Catone on AM 790, The Score, iHeartRadio, iTunes, wherever you podcast. Or subscribe to the YouTube channel and catch the chaos every Saturday at noon.